What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and today I've got a brand new Google rankings for the Democratic candidates who are running for president. So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, you had better be pressing that like button, and it's just good to see you. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, what we have here is our fourth Google rankings. And what does that mean? Well, we use Google because they're the largest site in the planet, and we look at all the search volume for each of the candidates' names. So, as you can see here on the screen, I just have an example up. We've got Pete, Corey, Andrew, Joe, and Tom here. And we look over the past 12 months for each of these candidates' names to see who's actually searching for them, because I believe this is much more representative of the American public, of what people are actually interested in versus the polling data that is put forth where you might have a couple hundred or a couple thousand people. This is based on millions of searches for these candidates across the entire United States. So there's a lot more data there than the polling. And what we do is we do this, right? I have 5 examples up here, but we have 12 people that we're ranking. And I've added 2 more, Tom Steyer and Tulsi Gabbard, because when I would scroll through doing my headline reading, their names came up a little bit more. So I was like, let's see what's going on. If these 2 people, they're popping up in the news, let's see how they rank out of these candidates. So we're going to stack rank 12 candidates based upon the search volume for their names on Google. We're using Google, as I mentioned, because it's the largest site on the planet. So we looked at the 12-month, we looked at the 90-day, right? This is the 90-day view of search terms. And then we looked at the 30-day. And then after we stack rank them within each time period, we take an average across the 3 time periods. And it's a unequally weighted average. The 12-month and the 90-day are both represented by 25% of the total average, where the 30-day is 50% of the average. And the reason we do this, the intuition behind it, is that the more recent data is more relevant. So the more relevant is represented in the average by the 50% of the average. So again, we'll just go through that. 12-month, we've got 25% of the average. 3-month, 25% of the average. 30-day or 1 month, that's going to represent 50% of the average. Now, let's get right into it. So here we have the top 5, leading out with Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren is tied with Joe Biden for 2. So they're both tied for 2nd place. Number 4 is Andrew Yang, and number 5 is Kamala Harris. So this is kind of interesting to see how this plays out. I'm going to touch on a couple just interesting insights that I noticed. We added here, you can see the other rankings that we've done over the past 2 months or so. But we see that somebody jumped in here, Tulsi Gabbard, or however you say her name, and she's actually ranked number 6th. So she went from us not even ranking her to this past debate to being ranked number 6th overall. So that is kind of interesting. Tom Steyer looks like he's actually increasing his, where the 12-month he was ranked 11th, the 90-day he was ranked 9th, and the 30-day he's ranked 8th. So Tom is clearly saying something that's resonating with a lot of people. The biggest mover that we have over the past month, right? So it's been, since the last time we did this was September 28th, and it is about a month later, about 3 weeks later, a little bit over 3 weeks, is Elizabeth Warren. She moved up 3 spots. Pretty much everybody else has dropped. Let's see here. We have Bernie Sanders, who moved up 1 spot as well. Andrew Yang stayed with 4th place. So he is in the top 5. He's been in the top 5 the entire time we've been doing this ranking. He also continues to move up on the polling data that comes out, as we mentioned earlier. One of the people that has dropped, well, pretty much everybody else has dropped. If we take a look at this, I'm just going to highlight all of these. Pete Buttigieg has dropped 1 spot. Kamala Harris has dropped 2 spots. Amy has dropped 2 spots. Julian Castro has dropped 3 spots. So I just find this kind of interesting and more representative of what the American public is actually looking for than some poll where you have to opt in to take the poll and you only have a certain percentage of people who actually do that. This is represented by the largest site on the planet and the collective of everybody in each individual state, what they are looking for. So to me, this is far more representative of what is actually happening. And if you think that there's any validity to this, please share this video with somebody that you think can get value out of what we're doing here so we can spread the message about what is actually happening around here. Don't forget to subscribe, press that thumbs up button, and stay tuned for the YouTube rankings, which are going to be coming out either later today or tomorrow. Peace.